I'm gonna do a stock market update for anybody who is interested in buying and holding stocks long term. So I have a playlist for this. And I will include the link to that up in the corner for this video. So I talk about the stock market, economic data. I do technical analysis on the market and explain from a technical perspective where things could go, and then from a long-term economic perspective as to how this data could affect markets and the Fed's decision on monetary policy, which is raising rates, lowering rates, balance sheet runoff, that kind of stuff. So in this video, if we look at this from a technical perspective, we see that we are clearly in a downtrend. So there are moments where people might think market is skyrocketing. There are moments where people might think the market is just completely crashing. Forget about all the emotions behind it. Just understand that we are in a legitimate downtrend. So until that downtrend changes, you have no reason to be buying and holding. A lot of people like to bring up these stats about, oh, well, if you sold, then you missed this rally, blah, blah, blah. Let's say you perfectly snipe this bottom and you just hold all the way up here. No, that's not how it works. I guarantee you, most people looking at this probably say, okay, let me go for a bottom. Let's say they did get in there. I can promise you a lot of people probably sold right here because it kept rejecting here. You got people who may have held, right? If those people held, I guarantee you they the same people that held this bottom. So where are they really? You see what I'm saying? You're probably at like a 2% win going from here to here to here. You didn't go anywhere. You're still just right here. So the idea of buying and holding long term can seem rather not interesting for somebody like me because it just doesn't make sense in a time like now where the market is literally just going nowhere. So from a long term perspective, we are, like I said, in a downtrend. And until that breaks, you have no reason to be worried about buying and holding long term. People want to try to snipe a bottom, but when you get yourself in a situation like that, where you just been dip buying all year long, and then you realize the market is still, this is at the peak, it still didn't go anywhere, right? So you're really still red right here. You see what I'm saying? So the benefit of not dollar cost averaging is that you basically don't waste your time. If the market is going to bottom, there's here's your apex for this triangle. If that's the apex, then you will get an upside breakout. Just take the upside breakout. Who cares whether you bought at 410 or 370? Because if you bought at 370, then the odds are you were still buying here, and you are in no better position than anybody who bought right here. You're gonna be buying at the literal same spot. It's just that I bought 10 months after you, so you sat through this ridiculousness and lost all you have because you don't know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So that's my mindset behind the whole dip buying thing, is just wait and let something set up. If you look at the quarterly time frame, it's just an inside quarter. That can go either way. I don't know how this is going to finish. I can tell you fundamentally that I think it's going down, but it might not. We have a surge and move higher before we go down, or we could never go down again. I don't know. I'm just telling you from a fundamental perspective. From a technical perspective, that's my opinion. You just have to wait. And the technical perspective changes pretty much every week because the market changes over time. The setup changes. Whichever way it breaks, we just trade it and invest that way. So you see how I say it just doesn't make sense to really dip by, because either way you're still gonna be in the same position, except the person who waited ain't stressed out because they haven't done anything. They just sat and waited for a buy signal. So that's my my 2 cents on the long market long term. Just wait. If it's gonna break out, let it break out. Don't sit here and try to guess and play with it and be stressed out for 10 months. It just doesn't make sense.